At a certain point, even the desire to awaken disappears. Not because something went wrong, but because the one who wanted awakening is no longer believed. This is the moment when nothing needs to change anymore. Not the world, not the body, not the mind, not even your understanding. Life does not suddenly become perfect, but the demand for perfection quietly ends. You stop arguing with reality. You stop negotiating with the present moment. You stop asking existence to be different so that you can finally be at peace. This is where most teachings end, because there is nothing dramatic left to say. No method to offer, no promise to make. Just the simple recognition that what you are has never been waiting for improvement. Joel Goldsmith pointed to this again and again when he spoke of resting in God, not seeking God. Resting does not mean passivity. It means the end of inner resistance. The end of trying to stand somewhere else than where you already are. Notice how much of your life has been spent waiting. Waiting for healing. Waiting for clarity. Waiting for freedom. Waiting for circumstances to align. All of that waiting was rooted in a subtle belief that this moment was not enough. That something essential was missing. But when identity dissolves, waiting loses its foundation. There is no future version of you that needs to arrive. There is only presence, appearing as this moment, exactly as it is. Consider a very ordinary situation. You wake up one morning and nothing special happens. No insight, no peace wave, no spiritual feeling, just another day. In the past, that would have disappointed you. You might have thought you were regressing or losing something. But now, even the absence of experience is included. The need for confirmation is gone. Silence does not have to feel good. Presence does not need to announce itself. It simply is. This is what it means when nothing needs to change. You do not measure your state anymore. You do not scan your mind to see if peace is still there. You do not ask whether you are living correctly. Life moves. Thoughts arise. Emotions pass. The body functions. And you remain as the unchanging context in which all of this appears. Not watching from a distance, not controlling, not correcting. Just being. When challenges arise, they no longer feel like spiritual tests. Illness may appear. Loss may appear. Confusion may appear. But they are no longer interpreted as signs that something went wrong. They are simply experiences moving through awareness. Action still happens. Care still happens. Responsibility still happens. But without the added layer of personal drama. Without the story of why me or this should not be happening. This is where compassion becomes effortless. You stop seeing others as obstacles or problems to fix. You recognize the same identification playing out in different forms. Some people are lost in anger, some in fear, some in ambition, some in spirituality itself. You don't judge it. You don't try to wake them up. You meet them where they are, because there is no longer a position to defend. Even the idea of living from I am becomes lighter here. You are no longer trying to stay anchored in awareness. Awareness is assumed. It is the background of everything. You do not leave it, so there is no need to return. The language of I am slowly fades into silence because words are no longer required to point you back to what is obvious. Jesus expressed this stage in the simplest way possible when he said, "The kingdom of God is within you." Not something to enter, not something to maintain, not something to protect. Just a fact. When you see this, striving ends naturally. Not because you force yourself to stop striving, but because striving no longer makes sense. The final surrender is not dramatic. It is almost invisible. It looks like ordinary living without inner conflict. It looks like showing up fully without trying to become anything. It looks like trusting life without demanding guarantees. It looks like letting things be exactly as they are, without resistance and without resignation. Nothing needs to change for this to be true. Not your thoughts, not your emotions, not your history, not your future. What you are has never been improved by change and never damaged by circumstance. When this is seen, deeply and quietly, the search ends. Not with an answer, but with rest.